Wow. Hello, viewers around the world from Nigeria, USA, Europe, Canada, wherever you are watching from. Happy New Year once again. This is Dr. Elvis UKPAKA. We are going to have a fantastic time today. Let me say this, it's going to be a wonderful year for you and I. But let me say another thing, nothing just happens. Nothing just happens, meaning you have to do something to make something happen. And that is the essence of today's Goal Setting Masterclass with Dr. Elvis UKPAKA. So I want you to just relax, sit back, grab a cup of coffee, take your pen, take your writing notes, and avoid distraction because we are going to learn as much as possible today. So we are going to roll in a few minutes as we begin to look at so many things that will happen in today's masterclass. So the topic still remain Goal Setting Masterclass with Dr. Elvis UKPAKA. Now, let me begin by saying that life is a journey. It is important that we envision our destination and then set clear goals to get there. It's also very clear that we understand that our goals are embedded in our vision. What is vision? Vision is the crystal clear mental picture of the future that you see. Your vision for your life or what you see to become in the nearest future could be to see a world that is free from sickness and diseases. Now you're a young guy or a young lady who have such vision. Then part of your goal is to study medicine. Part of your goal is to select the right university that you want. It could be Harvard, it could be any other university you want. Part of your goal is that when you are through with your university, is to work with WHO or is to start your own medical business. So these are the goals that you set in line to achieving that vision of seeing a world that is free from sickness and disease. So you must understand that. So our goal, our vision it gives us clearer picture. It is the bigger picture, but we set goals in line to achieve our vision. Very importantly, like I said here, there are three categories of people where goal setting is concerned. Number one, those who have no goals for their lives, those who set goals but they don't achieve it, and those who set goals and achieve their goals. In fact, my teaching today centers on the first two. Those who have no goals for their lives and those who set goals but they don't achieve it. Yes, those who set goals and achieve their goals, wonderful, love it, great. But you will still gain something from this teaching. But my question to you today, which of this category do you belong? Do you have goals or you don't have goals? Do you set and achieve them? That answer is only for you to, that question is only for you to answer. Now, let me share a little story with you. This was in 1953. And it says, in 1953, researchers surveyed Yale's graduating seniors to determine how many of them had specific written goals for their future. The answer, guess what? Just 3%. 20 years later, researchers pooled the surviving members of the class of 1953 and found that the 3% with goals had accumulated more personal financial wealth than the other 97% of the class combined. So what's the moral of the story? Goals work. Unfortunately, only few apply goal setting to their lives. And that is the essence of today's teaching. Life is so important in life that you apply goals to your life. Like the gentleman here, Benjamin Mill says, he said, it must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goals to reach. Meaning, You cannot go about life aimlessly without a goal to achieve. That is not the best way to live. There must be something that when you wake up in the morning, you feel energized, inspired to do because you are looking to achieve something very critical. You know, it doesn't cease to amaze me personally when I see old people begging on the street. What comes to my mind is what happened to them. I mean, these are people who are like 70s or late 60s, carrying cup, begging for money. Where are their children? Where are their family? Why are they on the street trying to get ends meet? I take instructions from them. It's because if you don't set goals and plan for your future, that is exactly what happens. You see, life must be planned. If you do nothing, nothing happens. If I always tell young people, I don't feel, well, it's too early for me to set goals for my life. No. Before you know what's happening, you are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You are heading towards 70. You look back. There is no visible impact. There is nothing you can hold on to. You know, just imagine a 50-year-old man or a 60-year-old man having a dream or a goal to start a football or to become a footballer or to become Carl Lewis or Usain Bolt to start running. In fact, it can't work because time has passed. You can't do that at that stage. I was talking to a gentleman, you know, it's an elderly man. He said, Elvis, I'm over 60 now. You know, I regret a lot of things. And unfortunately, I don't think I can correct them. I can share some of those things that he said. But the thing is, he was not happy. He said, if I can turn back time, I will correct those things. When I see some of these young people, I wish I could be like them again. They don't know the kind of opportunity that they have. They don't. So time matters most. Like Jesus said, he said in the scripture, he said, I will work the works of him that sent me while it is day. Night comes when no man can walk. If you look at that statement, it's not just about good morning or good evening. It's about the times of life. There is a morning time of life. There is an evening time of one's life. The morning time of life is your useful age, when you have the energy, the strength to do as much as you can. That is why young people, they can jump from upstairs. They have the energy. But an elderly person can't do that because he's very mindful of his bones. He doesn't want to crack. The night comes, that is your old age, when you need to rest and relax. That's exactly what we can see on this picture here. How would you like to end up at retirement age of 65? You see these pictures here? The one that looks so old is younger than the one that is looking very aging gracefully. But because the other guy has planned his life, he's aging well, enjoying his retirement. So if you don't plan, you plan to fail. So goals are important in life. You know, one major lesson I got from the book, The Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, is that those who seem to be ahead of you in life are not smarter than you. Did you hear what I said? He said they are not smarter than you. It's just that they are doing early what you are doing late. My question is usually, what are you doing late that others are doing early? Take a look, just take an inventory of your life. What am I doing late that I know that others are doing early? Do you know what that is? A lot of time is goal, aiming for the future, having a goal for your life, setting goals and achieving them. If you have nothing that you wake up to pursue that is in line with your vision that you want for your life self and what God has also predestined your life, you are going nowhere. Let's look at what some of the world-renowned achievers has to say on goal setting. Let's just take a look and see what they have to say. Someone like Les Brown, he said, if you set goals and go after them with all the determination you can muster. Your gift will take you places that will amaze you. This is emphatically true. Just last week here, all of us were celebrating a young artist called Nathaniel Bassey. Why? Because he has been invited to come to the presidential inauguration of Donald Trump. He'll be there on the 20th. So what is taking him there? Is it connection? Is it because he speaks good English? It's because he has identified a gift that he has. And not only that, he has sharpened that gift. He has perfected it so well, it's bringing him before kings. That is it. No one is born useless. We're born with gift, but if you do nothing with that gift, nothing happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Unfortunately, many people die with their gift without unleashing their gift. Many people who are beggars today have so much that they carry, but unfortunately, they don't know. You are carrying weight, yet you are begging. We all have talent and gift that we can channel and deploy to humanity that will make us shining stars. But it doesn't end there. Talent, gift does not make you a star. What makes you a star is unleashing it. What makes you a star is to is to sharpen it. What makes you a star is to deploy it, which is so critical. If you don't, nothing happens. That is why the late Mas Mauro once said, he said the richest place on earth is not the gold mine in South America. It's not the oil fields of Iraq or Iran. He said it's down the street, the cemetery. There you see musicians that will never be, who never became one. You see engineers who never became one. You see stars. You see gift and talent buried. May we not die with our gift. We are created to die empty. Unleash what you have, but you have to make sure you have goals. You have plans for all those things to manifest into reality. Someone like Norman Vincent Peale, look at what he said. He said, all successful people have a goal. No one can get anywhere unless he knows where he wants to go and what he wants to be or do in life. Dennis Waitley said, failures do what is tension-free, relieving, while winners do what is goal-achieving. There's nothing wrong to fail. Yes, you can fail, but the issue is when you fail, you rise again. Like the scripture will say the righteous fall 7 times and rise again. So failure is part of the game, but the issue is what happens. You don't stop. Then Andrew Carnegie said, if you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. That is it. Now the question remains, what is that thing called a goal? Let's bring it down. A goal is something a person or a group of people aim for that takes planning and work to achieve. Something you aim at something. Like I mentioned earlier, it's embedded in your vision. You aim at something. Now, goal setting, on the other hand, is a process that involves the development of an action plan designed to motivate and guide a person or a group towards a goal. Now, what's the relationship between a goal and goal setting? A goal, like I said, is what you aim at achieving. It's something you are looking up to. It's what you aim at. Why goal setting is what helps you to design action plan in achieving that goal. That is a relationship. Now, so far in what I have said, what are the importance of goals and goal setting? Number one, having goals and goal setting help you set a path and direction to follow. You can't miss, because you know where you're going to. Nobody will talk you away from where you know that you are going. I know where I'm going. So if you are going somewhere else, we are not in the same in the same boat. Goodbye, because I know where I'm going. It's those that don't have goal that anybody can call them, they follow. No, I know where I'm going, so I want to achieve something. It also enables you to concentrate your effort. You don't dissipate your energy. You channel your energy on that goal. It helps you. That is why it's so important that you have a goal. It also helps you achieve more in less time, because all your focus is there. It guarantees success. Number 5, it annihilates distraction. Today, distraction is one of the biggest enemy of progress. A lot of people are so distracted. What is distraction? It's taking your eyes off the focus. It's taking your eyes, from what you are aiming at and shifting focus to another place. Number 6, it makes you more organized and effective. People who are well organized, people who are effective, if you check their lives, they know where they are going. Number 7, it motivates, it energizes and inspires. When you have a goal that is inspiring, when you have a goal that is energetic, when you wake up in the morning with zest, with energy, because you know there is something you want to achieve. Number 8, it makes others to identify with you. Let me say this. Nobody wants to associate with failure. Nobody wants to associate with somebody who is not making it. It's natural. I mean, look at Nathan Abasi, just like I just mentioned. Was just invited. Even the state governor is called, he's from my state, so he's from Akwa Ibom, he's the son of the soil. Our state is creative. That is it. People want to identify with someone who is successful. Nobody wants to identify with a failure. As a matter of fact, even if you are not handsome, even if you are beautiful, the moment you are successful, you become handsome by force. Nobody will see that anymore that you're ugly. Where is ugly? Ugly just go away. Because you are a solution provider, you become beautiful by force. Because what you have achieved covers everything. Your exploit covers every weakness that you have. So very critical that you understand that. Number 9, it brings fulfillment to your life when achieved, which is so important as well, that you have goals and set goals for your life. And finally, it boosts your confidence to achieve more. Because when you set a goal, you achieve it, it gives you that, that morale. It gives you that, grace. Oh, wow, I think I can do more. I think I can do more. But if you don't set a goal, how will you have that motivation? Like someone said, shoot for the stars. Even if you miss, you will land in the moon. I love that quote. He said, shoot for the stars. Even if you miss, you will land in the moon. Awesome. At least try something. Don't remain in your comfort zone. Do something. This is the beginning of the year. There's a lot you can achieve. Do something. Get out from that boat. Jump out of that boat. Do something. Yes, you may not land to where you are looking at or up to, but at least you get somewhere. But this is not my own philosophy. My own philosophy is different. My own philosophy is the sky is not the limit. Shoot for the stars and you will get there. Meaning, if you land on the moon, don't remain there. Don't be comfortable by achieving less. Your dream is to shoot for the star. Don't say, well, at least I get to the moon, let me remain at the moon. No, some people get to the moon, they say, well, I think it's okay, let me remain there. No, while you are there, aim more, because your final destination from the beginning is shooting to the star. Shooting for the stars. So that is my own philosophy. If Thomas Edison ever stopped trying, when he was experimenting the electric light, people were clapping, wow, but he was failing. But at least he was trying. He did that 999 times. It was at the 1000th time that the bulb came to being. So shoot for the stars and you will get there. Napoleon, he made a statement here which I like. He said, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Meaning anything is possible. Anything is possible. That is my philosophy. As long as it is in line with what God has predetermined, predestined my life to be, I will follow that. I will achieve it. People have different graces. There are certain things your grace cannot carry. So you must know your strength. So that is where this area of goal setting and achievement is important. I always tell people, start somewhere. Start somewhere, you will get there. Like, just imagine someone who, I was watching a program. I think that was during the last Olympic. The fact that you should set big goals does not mean you should become stupid. Know your strength, know your weaknesses, know where you begin, and know how you increase it. I think it was 75 kg group, and he was doing what they were clapping. I think he wanted to do more. They added like 120, maybe 130 for him. When he raised that weight lift or whatever, in fact, I think he was screaming his mom. His hand, actually, the shoulders went the other way. They had to take him out. So what am I trying to say here? It's good you aim high, but you must understand your limit. It's gradual. As you build confidence, you keep adding more. There is someone here that when I saw his goal, I was like, wow. That is, they call him Philip Petit. They call him the man on the wire. A French high wire artist who gained fame for walking past Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York in 1974. That was his goal. He was born in 1949. He did this. He did it when he was 25 years old. He crossed the two Twin Towers. It took him like an hour plus to cross. I can't have such goals. This is not my dream. So I know where my strength lies. This building is standing 500. When it was the 9/11 that took this building away. When it was standing in New York, it was at 541 and 546 meters, over half a kilometer high. This young man passed through it on a straight wire at the age of 25 in 1974. He could have fallen there and died. No one concerned me. But the thing is, he made up his mind. That's my goal. In fact, he went further in Australia, the biggest building there, in UK, in France. He was doing that. That was all he did in his life. That was his dream. That was his goal. He wrote a book, Man on Wire. You can check it on Google, on Amazon. You see it there. So you must know your strength. You must know your ability. Don't start what you cannot finish. We'll get there when we get to goal setting. So now the question is, if you shoot at nothing, you hit at nothing. What are you shooting at in 2025? What do you hope to achieve this year? What's your goal for this year? Because you can't fold your hands when January, before you know what's happening, it's February. Time waits for nobody. Before you know what's happening, it is December. The next thing is to be singing Happy New Year, happy, happy, happy. The year is over. But the question is, you look back, what have you achieved? What can you lay your hand on that I've done this year? And it starts now. I want to give you, let me just give you a typical goal setting for some, a typical goal setting one can set for himself or herself, both for personal and organization. Let's just take a look. It may relate to you. For instance, what's your goal for 2025? This is personal here. To get promoted at work, maybe become a CFO, a manager, or whatever. Is your dream. At least you know where you work. You know what you are shooting at. You know where you're looking at for. This year, I have been a line manager, but I want to become a manager. I have been an ordinary employee. I want to become a team leader. So that is your goal for the year. And so you don't have to start dreaming to become maybe CEO. So that is too much. So you have to, like I mentioned, you have to go through the process. Start somewhere. Then number two, it could be to further your career. Maybe you've done your master's. Now you want to do another MBA or you want to do your PhD. That is your desire. That is your goal. So don't stay through the whole year not picking a form to fill for your master's or for your degree or anything. Because you look back, when was COVID? It's already 5 years. I was talking to a gentleman. He was telling me he want to register for a course. That was during COVID. It's 5 years that he has not started. 5 years has gone. He would have even finished degree or something. In fact, in 5 years, he would have done his PhD and masters. So that is to let you know how time flies. It doesn't wait for you. Number 3, to start a family, maybe to get married this year. That is your desire. So you're praying for it or you're trusting God. Let that be a serious goal and believe it, and also be able to know the kind of people that is talking to you that you want or you don't want, so that you don't enter into a wrong one. You don't need to be in the wrong basket. So you have to be focused on that. Number 4, maybe to travel or relocate abroad. That is your desire. Which country, which nation, what are the immigration rules in that place? You have to look at all those things. So you have to start researching. Then to number 5, to build a good savings or investment culture. Number 6, to grow spiritually. I think my spiritual life need to grow this year. I'm not be, I need to get closer to God this year. I need to be focused. I will read my Bible, or I will do this, I will read that. I want to, that's a goal. And you have to monitor it as well and see whether you're achieving it. Then number 7 could be to write a book. You've been postponing that book you've been dreaming and hoping to write. So what is holding you back? This is January. So meaning if that has become your goal this year, then by December, hooray, we'll come for a book launch. But are you ready for that? Number 8, to increase or reduce weight. You see yourself, bloating, and you are doing nothing about it. Why don't you register for a gym? What is holding you? Take a call that company, then wake up, go for walking. That is the desire. You must start now. So it's a desire. So it could be a personal goal for the year. And finally, to learn a new skill or to start a business. This could also be your goal for the year. I'm only just suggesting. I don't know what's your goal, but these are some few goals I actually atomized that I believe is useful for some of us. Now, can we look at other goals, especially as it relates to organization? Maybe number 1, as a businessman, to increase the market share of your company. Maybe in the industry where you belong, you want to be one of the first 10 or first 5 when they mention the aviation or mention possibly oil and gas. Your company will be one of them. But how do you do that? You have to think. You have to set the goals. Number 2, to increase the profitability of your business. The essence of business is to increase your bottom line. So you must make profit. So what is your goal this year? So that could be your goal too. Number 3, to be more creative and innovative as an organization. Number 4, to improve and increase customer satisfaction. Sometimes you wonder why customers are not coming. Maybe your employees have it. So you have to be, I wish I have time to explain. Usually, maybe our next one again, we may do effective customer service masterclass, because people don't know the impact of negative customer, satisfaction. If customers are not happy, forget. If you don't make me happy, or don't make someone, you lose me and lose my entire family. Because when I see I will tell my friends, don't go there. I was discussing with someone the other day. He say, I think they were just talking about a dry cleaner or something, and someone was saying, I'm going to a dry cleaner. He said, where? Don't dry clean. Don't go there. They are dry cleaners. Why? She had a negative experience with that company. That is it. And what happens? It discouraged the other person from going. So one customer that is not happy and the issue not being addressed can take away his family, his friends, everyone. So it's so important that you take this very serious as a business person as well. And your people were trained to answer phone calls or to relate to people who comes to the business. So number 5, to increase employees' performance, productivity. 6, to grow your influence in the industry, to meet and exceed all the activities for the year. To number 8, to improve on your corporate social responsibility. Are your community, are they feeling your impact of being there? Probably in my company, maybe this year, I think we need to reach out to some of the public schools around us. Maybe we brand something and give them. It could be a school bag, it could be a pen, it could be a notebook. Then brand it just to show that you care and that you are within the community. You can decide to do free medical care. Let them check their dental. What's it called? You can call, maybe bring dentists, they can check their high blood, they can check anything they need to check, maybe medical stuff. Is that, wow, who did that? They say, this company came. That could be your CSR for your community. You can do that. And lastly, to increase our visibility, I think we need to market ourselves. what we are doing is wonderful, but no one knows what we are doing. So maybe increase our visibility on social media, on telly. This could be your goal for the year. I'm only suggesting. The question is, what is your goal for the year? Now, having said all this, a goal remains a goal without being accomplished unless acted upon. Really, it's not enough to set the goal that you want to achieve. What matters is following through to achieve those goals. So that brings me now to what I call the 10-point strategies to achieve your goal. The 10-point strategies to achieve your goal. So you may have to write it down. I think the recording will still be on YouTube, and so you can still go back, but note it down. Number one is decide what you want. Decide what you want. This is where clarity comes in. You don't need to confuse yourself here. What do I want? What do I want for the year? Is it going to? No. Decide. So that you don't go halfway. Maybe in March, say, no, this is not my goal anymore. Maybe I should pursue this. In June, I think I made a mistake. The year will finish, you've not made up your mind. So from the word goal, this January, decide. It can be one goal. It can be just one. It don't have to be too many. It can be just one. This year, for instance, I want to write a book. That is your goal. I think this issue of me postponing this book has been too long. I want to write it. Now, a few things to consider. What will be the title of the book? Number two, why did you settle for the title? Number three, who are the audience you want to reach for that book? Then number four, what problem is the book going to address? So these are the things you need to think. You think that those are the decisions you need to make. Someone like me, I know some of you follow me on social media. I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, I'm a preacher. I don't know, I'm a man of many parts, but I just enjoy writing a lot. In fact, I write in the dream. I enjoy writing. It's something that I just picked. It's something I love so much. So, for instance, I have some books that are coming out this year by God's grace. And I've written few books as well. I've written a few books as well. Some of them you can find them. You can find them on Amazon. But let me use myself as a case study on these 10-point strategies. And I'm going to use one of my books as an example why I run through the 10 points. For instance, one of my books is Readers Are Leaders, Reviving the Reading Culture in Our Nation. Someone may ask, Elvis, what informed your decision to write this book? Number one, I saw a huge gap amongst the youth who were not taking their reading and studies very seriously in our country. It was a big issue. I am a motivational speaker. I work with youth. I have an NGO called Youth with a Vision Foundation. I have trained well over 90,000 youth in the country. I work with NYC. I'm in partnership. Our NGO is in partnership with Lagos State government. So we do a lot. We go to local community. Just simple sentence. You see this, they can't. If they even send you a text message, you can't read it. They abbreviate everything. I say, what's going on? Even ordinary graduates, they can't construct a good English because they don't know what's happening. They don't read. So that was what informed me. And number two, I perceived there was an urgent call to revive the reading culture in the society. Number three, I came up with the title, Leaders Are Readers. But later, I changed it to Readers Are Leaders. The question is why? Number four, I realized we were all born in a raw form without knowledge until we started learning. So you read to become. And when you become, you continue to read. So we can as well say leaders are readers, but readers are leaders. You don't climb a tree from the top. You climb a tree from the base. So readers are leaders. So when I read, I'm well informed, then I'll be able to lead. Then when I'm leading, I'm still reading. So that was what caused my change to the title, Readers Are Leaders. So Now, having done that, number 2 is what? Pen down your goal. It's not enough to say I have it in my head. No, 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 no. There's a scripture I like. We say, write the vision and make it plain on a tablet so that he who runs, we read. So write it down, note it down. I was discussing with my kids a few days ago while I was just putting my books in my library, and I came across my JSS1 notebook. They all life. I mean, my JSS1 notebook over 3 decades ago. That is me. I like keeping things. I say yes. So my integrated science book and my economics notebook in JSS1. We're just going through it. We're laughing, and they can learn something from it. Yes, I even went to. I said, "Well, can you see Daddy's handwriting when he was in JS? How old was I at that time? Around 10, 11. Just see my notebook." So I like keeping records. So write it down. Then number 3, set deadlines. It's not enough to say, well, this is what I want to do. This is it. I've written it down. When? So as I pen everything down, then I set deadline as well. My deadline was 1 year to write the book for 1 year. But you know what? I couldn't make it for 1 year. 1 year passed, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will tell you guys what happened. But in between these 5 years, I wrote 2 other books. I wrote 2 other books published in Amazon. But this one was still hanging. So that brings to number 4. Spot the major obstacles. This was the time I was doing a lot of trainings with companies, a lot of youth empowerment programs, traveling. I registered for my master's degree program in the US. I was traveling to school, doing residency. I finished my master's and went for my doctorate again. So there was a lot on my table. And not only that, number 5, information gathering. The book was demanding. It's not just a book I just want to write. Because I told you I wrote 2 books in between. Those one I could just pour and write. But this one is a book I want to be an educational book. And not only that, I realized that it's not just the youth. Lack of reading or not reading cut across both the working class, both parents, both teachers. They all need to be addressed on that book. So the book is a 12-chapter book. So I have a place for the youth, elders, everyone in that book. So that took time. I have to do exploratory research, create a questionnaire, go to schools, ask questions. Why is it that people don't read? Do you read a book? So people were answering. We're getting answers to know why people don't read, so that I'll be able to give reasons of that book. So it took time to get all these informations that I needed. Then also, number 6, seek for assistance, which is very important in achieving your goal. I have to call people that are needed. I have to reach out to some people that are making reference in their book as well. Please, can I make use of this in this book? They say yes. I call someone in the US. I have to reach out to someone in the US as well. I'm making reference on you on this book. It's okay, no problem. I did all that. That took time. So what am I trying to say? Like in point number 3, we're in point 6 now. But let me go back to point number 3. When you set deadlines and you don't meet it, please don't be so hard on yourself. The question: were you sleeping? But if you were doing all you could or what you would have done and it didn't, don't worry. You can roll that goal the following year as well. Except you decided, you set the goal, you set deadline, and you went to sleep. That was a different thing. But that you were working on it, but you realized, no, it can't work. Just last year here, let me tell you again. There is a book I wanted to be out in December. I started, when I'm writing book, I always get my family, my children involved, especially my daughter. I say, oh yeah, please be disturbing me on this book. When the way I was writing, I thought no matter how, let me finish it. So I called my printer already, everyone. I looked at it. If I continue that way, I will go to bed rest in the hospital. It can't work. It was demanding. So what I did was to call my team. This book cannot work for this year. There's no way. I wanted the book to be out by December. It can't work. So let's roll it for the following year, for my own sanity. So the book, by God's grace, will be out this year. So you must understand all that. So number 6, like I mentioned, seek assistance. No man is an island. You need people to help you. And then number 7, plan the execution of the goal. How do you want this book to be published? What do you need to do? Maybe I'll be writing weekly. No matter what, I will write weekly. I carry pen around with me. Anything I see along the road, it could be anything. It's an idea. Immediately I jot it down. When I come back home, I develop it. It's already like 1 page. So you must set strategies to write the book. Weekly, I write. Daily, every night, I write. Pen is around me. I watch television. I get an idea there. So all this should be part of your goal. Then plan the execution of the goal. So take action. Meaning this time, if you said in your planning that you write weekly, make sure you write weekly. If you say it's every day, write it daily. Try to follow what the action plan that you have. That is where discipline comes in. Then number 9, envision your goals as a reality. This is where you now say, wow, I think like the book readers are, it's 12 chapters. I mean, when I got to the 10th chapter, I was like, oh my, I think I'm getting there. Then finally, I got to the 12th chapter, number 10, never give up. It was completed. The book was launched. It was an amazing launch with dignitaries, people, even the Minister of Education sent someone to come and represent him. And down the line, the book, Readers Are Leaders, was approved by the federal government of Nigeria to become a reading material for all secondary schools in the country. So the book now, we are sending it to schools in Nigeria and everywhere. So that is what goals can do when you follow through without giving up. Now, you can use this step as well for your own goal. It may not be writing. It could be something else. So follow the steps, decide what you want, write it down, set deadlines, spot every obstacle that may come against it, then information gathering, all that you need to know, all that you need to gather, then seek assistance, plan the execution of the goal, take action. Because every other thing is wonderful. Take action, then envision it happening. See it as a reality. Never give up until it becomes a reality. So, very important that you follow through this 10 points. Now, a question remains. Having set a goal, why do many still fail to achieve their goals? Why? The answer is simple. Let's look at 10-point answer that I have here. Number 1, not setting SMART goals. Pay attention to this. What do I mean by SMART? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant or realistic, and time-bound. Their goals are not specific. It's just zigzag. They are not sure. 2, how do you measure the goal? How do you know whether you are achieving it? What do you put in place? What feedback do you have in place to ensure that you are? They don't have. Achievable. Is it a goal that you can achieve? Is it a goal that is too easy to achieve or too difficult to achieve is a problem? So if it's something that you cannot, that is beyond you, is a problem. So achievable, is it achievable? And you pick a goal that you know that you cannot handle, it's a problem. Then relevant, is it relevant to your life? Is it realistic? If the goal is not realistic, so why do you pick a goal that you know that is not realistic? So it can't work. And finally, time bound. You pick a goal. When do you want the goal? When you want to see that goal complete? When do you want to see it completed? I mean, I think by 6 months' time, I want this goal completed, done, and dusted. But you set a goal, no time, it's a problem. So this is one major problem why so many people don't achieve their goals. So you need to set SMART goals. Number 2, fear of failure. And that negative is fear of failure. Fear of failure is one of the biggest enemy of success. They are scared. Really? No. You don't have to be afraid. Like they say, fear is what? First evidence appearing real. So you have to be courageous. You have set the goal, move. Number 3, procrastination. Well, putting another day, maybe another day I will do this. I think I will start tomorrow. No problem. There is time. And you are a student too. Exam starts next week. You've not started reading. 2 days to the exam. You are trying to go to the library, putting water in the bucket, trying to do midnight, burn midnight oil, as they say. Then you reach the daybreak, you go into exam that way. In fact, as you're even going for the exam, you forget your ID card because you are confused. There's no way you can pass. There's no way you won't fail. You will fail. So procrastination is a big problem. Then distraction is another issue, like I mentioned earlier. You set your mind to do something, but you keep on changing. Something else is distracting you. You see people who are talking. It doesn't concern you, but you go and join them. You shift focus from the direction you should be going. Then you forget that you were going somewhere. Then that is it. Number 4, negative self-talk. A lot of people that are the biggest enemy of their progress. They keep talking that will even work, self. I don't think it's worth it. Those things, the internal voices, until you start saying it out, it kills the dream, it kills the goal. That's why it's good to confess positively. Yes, I can do it. It is possible. I can make it. But when you are having that internal negative talks, I call it toxins. It kills the goal that you want to achieve. Because already you have shut down every energy, desires, the possibility that should come out that you can make it. You kill it. Number 6, having too many goals. This is another issue. Yes, it's good to set more than one goal, but this is where clarity comes in. This is where priority comes in. This is where scale of preference comes in. Which one comes first? Which one is urgent? Which one is important? Which one comes first? You can do everything, but you cannot do everything at the same time. Yes. I sure understand the difference. I say you can do everything, but you cannot do everything at the same time. So that is where scale of preference comes in, priority comes in. This one comes first. Why other one hold on? Then you achieve your goals. So when you try to do everything at the same time, you will now become jack of all trades, but you don't finish any one. You start one, you do halfway. You start one, you plan to write book this year. You plan to, start another business. You plan. Come on, you see yourself becoming an expert of nothing. So it's important that you stay focused and you don't handle so much. Then number 7, not having the right tools that you need can also impact you on your achieving your goals. Say for instance, you are a footballer, you are dreaming to be included on a team, and you are training without a boot, running around the field with barefoot. It can't work. So you need to buy the right tool that you need to help you, to aid you. Then lack of support as well. You need to have people like-minded who have achieved this goal. You may not meet them personally, but their books can be of benefit. So like John Maxwell has been a great blessing to my life. I started following him from the university, until I met him one-on-one. But his book was, helping me out. I was reading his leadership book. It's one of the things that inspired me to do my master's on leadership and doctorate in leadership. So you need to see people who have achieved something in that area and learn from them. You see, when you sit down with all these elders who have achieved, their 20 years of experience, they will give it to you in 1 hour. So you don't need to make the same mistake they made. So that's the essence of making sure that you need the support. You need the right relationship, the right friendship that will help you to achieve your goal. And also giving up too quickly. One single problem, they just drop their goals. Come on, life problems are meant to be solved. In fact, there's a scripture I like. It says, if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. So you must face it. Problem will come. We are not promised that we're going to have it rosy here on earth. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be, even the children of Israel, they didn't enter the promised land. They said, land's flowing with milk and honey. They didn't open their mouth. Somebody was pressing milk in their mouth. No, they have to fight the giant. They have to fight the children of Anak. They have to fight and reclaim their land. Some say we are grasshoppers. Well, few of them say, well, we are more than conquerors. So you decide on your mindset. So if you decide to give up, that is your own choice. But that you can make it happen if you decide to stay true without giving up. Like I mentioned, Thomas Edison would have decided to give up, but he didn't. He stayed true. Can you imagine somebody doing something 900, 200, 400 till 990 with same hope that is going to work, and it worked. And finally, is what I call laziness and complacency. Just doing nothing. You set goals, you look at it, you look at it and maybe you just sleep. Complacency, I think I'm okay. What is there for me to even do self? So, and nothing can happen with such attitude. The year will come and go, nothing happens. You need to be diligent to get it work. Nothing just happens. You have to be diligent to get things done. Like I said earlier, miracles don't just happen. I'm rounding off now. I'll be finishing the next. Miracles don't just happen. In his book, Miracles Don't Just Happen, author Lester Sumrall said, miracles do not make up for our laziness or unwillingness to do what is expected of us. So if you want to see your goal achieved this year, you must work. Check that guy they call Nathan about that thing he blows, that trumpet. Go and try it. If you raise it 1 second, if you try to blow that thing, your hair will blow off. He has practiced it to the extent that it become normal. So he blows it ceaselessly as though it's so easy. Try it and see that, this is not easy. They didn't just call David to come and play string instrument for King Saul, who ran mad somewhere. He has been practicing it at the back of desert. Your gift brings you out, but you must work that gift. So laziness, miracle. In fact, I call it, when opportunity meets preparation, success occurs. So you must be ready. You must plan. You must work. One other thing again, it works for me. Like I tell people, diligence, you don't joke with it. Now, in his book, Deviance, The 3 Circles Strategy, he said, no one intentionally plant weeds in a garden. But if you plant a garden and do nothing to care for it on a regular basis, weeds will grow. It will grow. You will see weed there. I grew up in the village, so I know what I'm talking about. We plant cassava, we plant yam. When I was growing, we go back every week to remove the weeds. Otherwise, it will choke the plant. So you must be diligent to do it, to get it done. But above all, is something that having done all, I see recognize something that have helped me. I believe it will help you too. I call it the God factor. Sometimes you get to the end of your rope where your strength cannot carry you. Then I realize there's one who has much strength than I am, who created. Then I latch on to him. I get to the end of my faith. His faith carries me. I get to the end of my confidence. God's confidence carries me. So he said, I will not leave you nor forsake you. So you must understand this, try it, and you understand, you get to know what I'm saying. It has been a huge resource for my life. What I am today is because of God factor. Just forget setting goals, writing it. You can do everything, nothing will happen. But when you recognize and prioritize the one who sees more than you, he will give you ways to do it in such a way that you comes out faster than you think. And finally, as I close now, it's a quote from B. Copeland. And it says, the trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running up and down the field and never score. I hope you understand this quote. He said, the trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running up and down the field and never score. If you understand the game of football, no player will be featured repeatedly in a season without scoring. Especially if you're a forward or if you're a striker. I mean, you won't be needed on that. There must be a replacement. And you cannot be a coach in a season of 38 games. You only score 2 or 1-2 out of 38. The management will begin to think immediately, is it worth having this man as the coach? So in life, My prayer for you, and now I received that prayer, that may we not get a red card in the game of life because we never score a goal. So I wish you all the best, that at the end of this year, you look back, you have scored so many goals, you have achieved so many goals, and you have made it happen. And you can now look forward to dream more and exceed more and achieve more. Thank you, and thank you so much. I think this is where we are drawing the curtain for today. And hopefully, we are going to do more, maybe quarterly in my schedule. Depending on my schedule, I will share different topics of interest that will be of benefit to you as you move on in the journey of life. So you can see our contacts of Dr. Elvis UKPAKA. You can reach out to me for one-on-one coaching, training, keynote address in your organization. We are available. I'm available. Mentorship, counseling, especially for young people, the youth. We do a lot. I do a lot for you because I have so much passion for young people. I want to see them succeed, because someone mentored me. Just imagine growing up as a young boy. I repeated primary 2 3 times. It was my third time I moved to primary 4 to primary 3. But someone mentored me and saw my report card, and my story changed. So I look back today. Wow, see the guy that was failing before. Now he has read up to PhD level. So that is what only God can do. So we all need people. We all need people to just help us, to guide us and give us. So I take a pleasure in doing that as well. So training, I'm available on leadership, team building, emotional intelligence, customer service area. I don't know. I have a lot. You can go to our website and see what areas may be of help to you. So questions. Okay, I think I can see questions as well. Can I set more than one goal or just one goal for myself? Of course, I think I've answered this. You can set one goal. You can be focused for the year. This is my goal. But you can set more than one goal. There's no rule to that. But the most important thing is you can't do everything at the same time. Part of my goal this year is to write a book, is to do as many training as possible, to consult. I have people who already scheduling me for training. There are trainings coming up in successive period in the year, and traveling to states. But the thing, you have to schedule it. You must have plans. You must have this one come first. So otherwise, you run into trouble. So you can have more than one goal. It's possible. So don't jump anyhow without setting the plan, without having all that. I give you a 10-point strategy. Follow it through. So once everything is scheduled, your action plan is there. What you should do is there. You cannot miss it. So you can have more than one, you can do more than one, but don't take more than you can carry. That is another thing. I gave you an example of a gentleman who went to carry a weightlifter. Because they were clapping and hailing him, he decided to move to 130. He is weighing 75. He went to carry, I think, 130. His hand went the other way. I saw his face. I said, only God will bring this one back. So don't carry what you cannot, don't eat what you cannot chew. So it's very, very important. So thank you so much. And I look forward to see your comments. You can pick up our phone number. It's scrolling on it's on the screen. Send message, and I wish you all the best. So once again, Happy New Year. God bless you all. Bye-bye.